That's us.
So where are we still at?
We're at South Point Casino in Las Vegas at the Mecum auction.
And wait till you find out all the great information that we got about this place. We even got one of the guys from Motor Trend. The spokesperson for them came in and gave us a little shout out for their event, and so that'll be coming up here hopefully next week. We came on a little bit early. We're just gonna wait a few minutes before we make this great announcement that one of our subscribers, Neil,
Neil.
came up with some information of where he's been renting at. And when we started talking about prices of the cabins and stuff, he says, hey, I only paid this much. So he said,
That's
if you
for
guys want to
all 10
pass
days of the
this
rally.
on, he would do that. So we're going to let this go a few minutes before we get everybody up here. And if all goes well, Neil will come on too. And if there's any questions or answers that you might want to ask him, you can let him know.
Rome's on. Hey, Ramblin' Rome.
Yep, we can't bring your names up on this because we're not using StreamYard tonight. We're just using our regular. I got blue.
The blue
Our
dot.
lights are, our lenses. I don't know. There's no blue lights here. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Red
Aliens.
thing's on.
Aliens. So pretty exciting. The show was really, really neat. And I think I didn't know that this one here in Las Vegas is the only show that's 100% motorcycles.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that one you have down there in Florida
In Kissimmee.
was a motorcycle too. But when we talked to one of the
John.
head honchos here, he told us, nope, this is the only one that's the major one. So we're going to be making an announcement here in just a few minutes. We came on early because we've been sitting here for about an hour. We were going to make this earlier, and she said, oh, no, we probably won't be done talking to that guy. You're going to yak his ear off. And I did.
Usually what
So we sat around here about 45 minutes,
They had to prove me wrong.
twiddling our thumbs. So before we came on. So they just finished up the auction here for Friday night. And they'll be back tomorrow on Saturday. We're not going to be here. We've got the live tomorrow from Red Rock Harley Davidson. And if all goes well, hope it all goes well. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow when we go live to tell you what they've got and what's going on there. So it's pretty neat. So we're still at, what time is it? Are we pretty close? Nope, we still got a couple minutes before we can tell you what's going on. That way, because they probably only have so many of these cabins left. And which is a couple people. One person came on today and said they thought $800 was too much to rent a cabin. So I didn't know if they realized it was during the rally or not. So I wrote back and said that's during the rally. A lot of these, the Buffalo Chip and Full Throttle, Pappy Hoyles, most of them are pretty close to 2,000 or more a day
For the
whole
rally.
weekend for the rally. It's getting late today, and so we wanted to get this information out because if you decide you want to book this, you have to book it before February 1st. That's when this gentleman's going to raise his rates at his campground. So, are we getting close yet? Nope, we still got 2 minutes. Can't believe it.
Yep, 6:58.
So,
You're
what do
not
we got?
talking enough.
We got 22 people on.
Yep.
So you guys are going to get the special deal before everybody else gets crazy here. So she'll be answering the comments on her
Hi, Danny.
phone, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you can hear us. There's some background noise. We didn't really know where we were going to do this. We should have asked the guy when we were talking to him that we could have sat at the Motor Trend desk down there by the,
That would have been
and he
pretty
probably would have said, yeah, let's go down there and let you guys set up there. Didn't think about it until after we've been sitting here for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh, we should have did that. That'd have been pretty neat, sitting on their stage and doing a live from there, but didn't happen.
The motorcycles they were pretty cool. Some of the
They
motorcycles.
sold a motorcycle here for, I think it was over $250,000. So he'll be telling you that when we do the video. He said what model. I probably filmed it, but it's not a Harley and it's not an Indian, but it was very interesting. And for how much they're selling these bikes and stuff for here is unreal. And some of the things he told us during this is kind of shocking that people would be paying this kind of money for different things. So we'll talk about some of this during the video, not this video, the video that we'll be putting out on
He
the
also
auction.
said even Harley Davidson had 2 motorcycles in
Yeah,
there.
they brought from the museum.
Yep.
And they sold them down here, so that's kind of neat. And it's neat that when you sit down here to see the collectors that they come from estate sales and this and that, and they sold a couple of policeman motorcycles, those old 3-wheel ones that had like the compartment in the back, almost like the
looks
meter
an-
maid.
Or
type
I was going to say an ice cream.
And These things sold for over $6,000, and they were hunks of junk. And these people probably bought them at a police auction. Well, I told the guy, John that we were talking to, I said it probably paid $600. He says, heck, he said he probably paid them. They probably paid him to haul them off because
Yeah.
they're in such bad shape. But I mean, these things brought 6,000. What the heck are you gonna do? I could see restoring one, but at $6,000, you already got that in it, and there's parts missing off of them, and whatever. But hey, people buy what they want, and that's it. But it was pretty neat here. We found a lot of neat stuff that we didn't know nothing about this company, and I've been around a long time. And if you're interested in buying motorcycles through an auction, this is one of the places you might want to check out. The big one is always going to be here in Vegas, and that's what somebody else was asking me if they have any in Phoenix and some other places. This is the only one they have. The massive, only motorcycles
Only motorcycles. There's no cars at this
So
one.
at the other ones, they can have motorcycles there, but during the car auctions.
Hey, Neil.
So
You
Neil's
need to
on,
stay tuned.
and we're not giving out any secrets yet. We're just kind of waiting for everybody to come online before we talk about.
SJS. I missed you the other night. We had just turned it off, and you got on. So, hi, SJS.
And so here we go. Since we didn't have a video going today, that's why we kind of put this one up tonight. We wanted something to talk about, and then Neil sent us this the other night, and we thought, this is a great time to put this up and give you guys some really good information. If you haven't booked that reservation for a cabin, this might be the place you might want to check out. So we're getting pretty close.
Neil said he's cooling down. It was 46, and it went back down to 21 today. So 46, you probably
He's in Alaska.
You probably had your skivvies on. You just
well, that and you figure,
swimsuit.
There's people telling me it's like 17 degrees, and heck, right now somebody was putting in there that it was like 20 degrees down in Florida. Well, I just Googled it, and it's 55 right now in Florida, in Daytona. So I don't know where they got that low temperature at. I've not been monitoring it, but I mean, a couple weeks ago it was 80 degrees.
So Neil
and so I know they're
going to
getting
be
so
on
cold.
for 30 minutes. So.
Okay, so we're not going to be on that long either. So what do we got? We got 43 people on. Excuse me. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on at this campground. So we're going to tell you some of the things that are around this campground, what they have, before you tell you the name and tell you the phone number and all the information to get to them. Because if we told you the name of the place right now, you just go, goodbye, and you'd be gone. So we want to keep you around. It's like that commercials, they stop that commercial right there, and then boop. Or they season finale. I can't. They won't let me do it until afterwards, I guess. I don't know. YouTube has just been really screwed up today. I tried to pre-post this and did everything they told me to do, and it wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. YouTube is just nuts today. And so, I don't know. So, I should have used StreamYard and been done with it, and I thought I could monetize it before, and who knows what's going on. So, let us tell you a little bit about this campground. It's 12 miles, I think, Neil, is what you said. 12 miles outside of Sturgis. It's on the way going to Rapid City. So it's not as far. Rapid City's about 25 miles to the dealership, if I remember right, my mileage. From there to 16 miles, as Neil put up. 16 miles from Sturgis. Are you going from the very first exit? Are you going from Junction? Are you figuring it from LaSalle? LaSalle's the first exit if you're coming from Spearfish. Next exit is Junction. Are you counting it from downtown? Might make difference to some people. So from where he's at, he's 14 miles to the Harley Davidson dealership.
So 16 from Sturgis. So you're almost right in the middle.
Yeah,
I think
pretty
it's
close.
right on the other side of Piedmont, or right before Piedmont.
Yep. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what they have there. So what they have is which I was actually shocked they got a swimming pool there. I thought we drove by there, I'd never seen a pool, but they've got a bar, they've got a pool, they have cabins, they have tent camping, they also have room there for motorhomes and RVs. They have a shower house and toilets. Do they keep them pretty clean, Neil? And so they're not too far from the gas station. Just up the hill, there's a gas station. They're not very far, which Neil took us to last year, is the American Legion, if you guys check that out. They have a supper special there, and they also have a breakfast special. Runs between $8 and $12, depending on when you're there. There's also a casino that's right down the street. It's called /J Saloon. If you guys have been driving through there, you probably have seen that place. The post office is right there. That's actually where we've mailed some stuff back. We had stuff sent to a cabin in Kathmandu, and we actually went down there, dropped the box off, and mailed it back. So, actually, it wasn't a Kathmandu, it was someplace. Oh, we sent T-shirts back. That's what we mailed back. And so that's real close there, so it's kind of nice if you need to send something back, because we always will buy way more crap to put on our motorcycle. So it's not too far away. There's also a Dollar General store. There's a pizza place. There's some more gas stations, some other stuff. It's only about 3 miles away. It's not too far from the steakhouse that's out there. There's a steakhouse out there that we've ate at once, twice maybe we've ate there, and it's okay. And but here's what the special is on this: is it's $800 for the cabin for the 10-day rental of the rally. Now, you may be able to add days, maybe go less days, but I don't know if you'll get what the price will be in that event. So he's really wanting, I guess, to rent 10-day
days.
deals, and it's $800. Neil, does that include your tax? Or is he charging tax on top of that?
So he said it was $8 for breakfast, $12 for supper. That was at the American Legion, and it's at exit 46.
Yep. So that's where the campground's at. It's at exit 46. So what do we got? We've only been 5 minutes. We only got 47 people on. So the name of this campground, I'm going to let you pronounce it.
I think it's Sequoia.
Sequoia Campgrounds, and it's at exit 46. It's right off the, is it the 95?
90.
90 there, running through right there. So it's easy on, easy off the highway. They're actually, you can see them as you drive down the road. You can see it from the highway. We're going to give you the phone number for the place. Don't call it yet because we got to tell you all the information how to ask for them.
That's not including tax. So
Okay,
it's $800 plus tax.
Okay, because like that one campground the other day, we told you it was $150. Man, $150 for to boondock there across from the
Do full throttle
full throttle there.
at drag pipes.
Yep, it's only $150 and he wasn't charged. That's tax and everything.
So $864 with tax. So that's the full price, $864.
Okay, so that gives you that, and there's no tourist tax and stuff, which some of them stick that on there too. So the phone numbers for you to call will be 605 is the area code. That's 605. You can put that in the chat.
Okay, wait a minute.
She's gonna write that down as I say it. So
So 5,
and then 791
791
36
36
46.
46.
And you're gonna ask for Jimmy.
Oops. I guess it didn't put the dashes in. I thought it would.
Ask for Jimmy.
Tell him Neil sent you.
Yeah. Neil from Alaska sent you there. And also tell them you've seen it on the Bob and Tams. You know, they gave you that inside stuff, information that Neil passed on to you guys. And you can give them a call. I don't know if they're still there this late at night because it's let's see, what is it, 6 o'clock here, 7 o'clock? Yeah, it's 7 o'clock there because it's mountain time in Sturgis. And so that's a Sturgis phone number, so that's definitely probably where the guy lives in that area.
So there, I put it in the comments. So that's the phone number, who to ask for, and then tell them Neil from Alaska sent you to them.
And this is only good till Monday. So it's a special
July
that they're
1st.
going to give away just
January.
for January. You know, Neil said if you maybe called and they still had something available, he tried to get exactly how many units they had available, but he would not say. I think what he was afraid of is if we told people that there'd be units there and then you called and they didn't have any, he would say, you know, that's what he said, first come, first serve. So if they get all booked yesterday, then we can't help you.
Yeah.
But we just got this information pretty quick, so
He said that there's a recorder. So I guess what you need to do is leave your name and phone number, and then Jimmy will call you back.
And so Neil's been going there for about 12 years now. He's been coming from Alaska all the time, and he really likes to give out really good information. You know, you guys can find him also on Facebook. You can message him if you got comments and stuff.
Or questions you can
We
ask
may
him.
even have some of the subscribers we've asked now if they'd like to come online and chat with us on and let them tell you about their experiences, and you can ask them questions and stuff.
Neil said it's not a 5-star, but it's clean.
Yeah. And which it is. That's all you really want when you go to these
Places-
places, that you want to have, you know, bathrooms are halfway decently clean. You know, you don't expect to eat off the toilet, but you want to make sure you don't sit in the toilet and somebody else's, you know, and because some of these bathrooms really, you know, some of the big campgrounds can't keep up with it, and people complain about, like the Buffalo Chip, people complain about how dirty they were. Actually, we went in there and they weren't that bad. Now, we're not going in there barefooted. Even if it was like Kathmandu, they cleaned last year. They cleaned 2 years ago. They cleaned after every single person that came in. They desanitized everything else.
That
We're
was
still
during
going to
COVID
wear
too,
our
but-
rain or our water
Rain
shoes. Water shoes. She's got her galoshes on, and we still wear our
Flip-flops.
shoes. So it's like not saying it's not that clean, but it's like when you're someplace else like that, you should be prepared for that.
Neil says it comes with an air conditioner, refrigerator, and a microwave.
There you
So
go.
you can put a few things in the fridge and
So how
throw in
much?
the microwave.
So the $800 cabin, how many is set up to sleep in there? Is it 2 beds or is it just 1 bed in there?
He said, forgot the heater for you cold people.
Yeah, because it did for her. The first time we came out here, we stayed in Kathmandu, and she's like, "It's got an air conditioner right before we left." I'm like, "Yeah," and then we had to go down to Walmart or someplace
And buy blankets,
buy
'cause
a
it
blanket
was
because
freezing.
all we brought was we brought a sheet because we thought, that's all we're going to need is a sheet, and we shipped it to it. So that's one of the things that a lot of campgrounds do, and I don't know if Neil if he knows that or not. If you can ship a box of stuff like that to you. Don't bring a barbecue grill. Don't bring all that junk. Ends up we never used any of that crap. We brought all
So
that.
Neil,
junk
do you
over.
have to bring your own sheets and towels and pillows and stuff like that?
Um,
They vary in size, but right now I guess they're all $800.
Okay. So yeah, so that's a good deal. So if you check and see what they got, and you guys can come back and let us know in the comments if you booked it there, how many people it's going to be able to sleep. So we kind of get an idea, and then when they talk, ask them how many they had left, and then come back on the comments here and let everybody know. So once it fills up, you can kind of put down the comments. Sorry that I got the last one. But I mean, if you're looking at a lot of these campgrounds and you're not sure, a lot of times you get put on a waiting list because people do cancel, and we still got this thing going around in the air, and people are still getting sick. So there could be a handful of people that have reservations that don't show up this year like they did last year. And
Neil says he's not sure about the shipping, but the bedding was provided, so that's good.
oh, well, there you go. Somebody was just asking about that the other day on a Facebook feed. They were asking if there's any place, and I'm like, there ain't nobody here who's got sheets and blankets come together because it's more stuff that you got to deal with, and they've got to clean and do all that stuff. But hey, if they're supplying it, that's
Maybe
great.
that's why they want to do the whole 10 days. That way they can just go in at the end of the 10 days and clean up all the units. So
Which is great. And that's why I told this other person that was looking for it. Somebody told him to go out to Full Throttle and pay $2,000. I said, well, go to Walmart, buy your junk, and then when you leave, you'll leave it there.
buy cheap sheets.
Yeah. And so, but that's nice that they do include that. So make sure when you book, make sure they still are offering that with all the cabins and stuff. So this is our special deal today that we wanted to give you guys about this
Only
$800
good for a few
deal.
more days. So
That's
if
right.
you
So
want
you
it
got
and you don't
today's
have a place to
Friday,
stay,
and so you got till Monday afternoon to give this a call and talk to is it Johnny? Is that what I said?
Jimmy.
Close. Jimmy Johnny. And
Jimmy John.
Jimmy John's. Hey, isn't that a place you eat?
I
Yes,
don't
it
know,
is.
maybe.
Jimmy
I
John's
guess.
where they have the sandwiches at.
Open till 9, I guess. Bob
Okay.
said that.
So he also says that the bar has all kinds of things going on. They have all kinds of drawings and door prizes. And a couple nights he said they actually had bands going on there. So that's kind of neat for a small campground. We might have to stop by there. He had talked to the guy last year about us coming in, and the guy never called us back, which is fine. Busy. And maybe we'll go over there and visit Neil while he's over there.
And he can give us a tour of his cabin.
Yeah. And so you guys can see it for next year.
So
But I
Neil
mean-
said the only thing they don't have is a washer and dryer, and he said he just went over to Kickstands and did his laundry.
So, yeah, there's probably a lot of other places you could do that at if you needed to do something like your laundry and stuff. So that's because we went into, which are not that far from Rapid City either, which would probably be a lot better price. Because when we went over to Sturgis and do our laundry, what is it, $3 per
It
load?
was more than that. I think it was like $4 or $5 a load. It was a
And
lot.
they jacked their prices up during the rally too. And which most places do, and that's what's sad about a lot of this stuff. Like the steakhouse that Neil was talking to across the highway, they have a whole separate price
They
list.
have rally
because
menus
We
and
had
they
gone
have
in there
regular
before
menus.
and ate before the rally and got this, really good price for the price of the food they had. And then we tried to take Art and a girl we met out there. We were going to go out there,
Kelly.
and they showed us the menu, and it was like double the price. And we're
Horseshoe in a
like,
creek, Rap King says.
and we're like, nope,
The
we're not paying that. We
swimming
left.
pool.
Yeah, that's swim with your clothes on. That's why some of the places have pay showers because they said people. I'm not telling you to do any of this because you're pissing other people off. But to be in there and take your laundry with you into the shower and you rinse everything off and soap it up while you're in there. I don't think you ever get all the soap out of it if you're doing it in the shower.
Some of those showers
But-
aren't very strong, so yeah.
So, but then what are you gonna do with all that wet stuff? Then you got to find a place to hang it because you can't spin dry it. Spin it to where it's gonna get most of the water out of it. Smack you in the head or fly out of your hand.
I've
Pick
done
somebody
that
off.
before. Something I needed to wash real quick, and that's how I spin dry. You spin it around.
She does some crazy things. Believe me.
You have to get the job done. Neil
So,
says the
so
Legion's food is home cooked and it comes with cake and ice cream too for that price.
breakfast?
No,
Cake and ice cream.
dinner probably.
We had
That's
breakfast
probably
with
why
them.
it's $12.
Breakfast is pretty good there. But I mean, all the breakfasts around there are pretty good. And we try to do that too. We always go to the vets, the Legion Hall. Or is it the Vets Club? The Vets Club on
Vets
Main
Club,
Street.
yeah.
We try to Patreon on them because they're so far down there. They don't get a lot of the people that know they're there will go down. The Legion, I think, is a little bit better because they're right there on the highway, and people go by the Legion all the time and see it. And we never stopped there before. Neil invited us, but it's hard to. A lot of times, we had a church when we stayed at Big RV Park that was right there, and came down there and we just ate there every day, and it was just a donation.
Yeah. And
So,
oh man, they had whatever you wanted. They did
Yeah.
omelets and they had
yeah.
bacon and.
So they were happy
Because
with
he
$5,
doesn't like
$10,
it because some
whatever.
places only have sausage and he only likes bacon. He doesn't like sausage. So some places you go and it's like,
So we'll have a lot more videos coming up on Sturgis as we get more information for you guys to give out. For anybody that just came on, we'll go through the name here again
don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Yep, we appreciate that and thank us for giving you this good information. And Neil gave it to us, and we look for a lot of of our subscribers to pass on good information that they've learned about rallies. We're no experts. We know what we
don't
know.
know it all.
Yeah, we know what we know, and that's about all we know. So the campground is called.
I think it's Sakura, Sacora. I can write that in there too.
Yep.
So what is it?
Sacora campground. Exit 46.
Nope, it changed it to Sacramento. SAC. There it is. Sakura campground.
And so the phone number's
Spell
already.
check.
So the phone number's already there. She'll put it back in here again because once we go off, the comments go away. So she'll come back on and put that back in there. But I mean, here's some cabins you can rent for $800 for 10 days, and that is a good price. When we stayed at Kathmandu probably 10, 15 years ago.
That was the first time we ever went.
She says, which I didn't think we paid that much. We paid $12.50.
Yep, I'm pretty sure
For that cabin,
because I thought
which
it
was pretty
way
much.
too much.
I think we got a coffee pot, we got a stove, we got our air
Not a
conditioner,
stove, microwave, coffee
Yeah.
pot, little
And-
refrigerator. It had a little table, chair.
and they had like a full size queen size bed, and then it had a little bunk on top where one person could have slept, and that was it. And it was nice. It was okay. It was a newer shed. It's a shed's what most of these are. They're not.
I know. I kept telling the kids, we're gonna go. We're gonna stay in a cabin. We're gonna stay in a cabin. So we got there. I took a picture. My daughter brought back and said, "Mom, that's not a cabin. That's a shed."
So
But anyway.
yeah. So, but I mean, hey, that's the best you can have. What's nice is you don't most of them. Well, hopefully it won't leak. And versus staying in a tent or something like that. But I mean, $500 ain't bad. Because some of the places are charging. By the time you get your tent and just one more thing you don't have to haul with you.
So SJS wanted to know where we are. We're in Vegas at South Point Casino at the Mircom. No R in it.
Mecum.
Mecum auction. At the auctions, they're auctioning off antique bikes. They're really cool.
All kinds of bikes. They're not
And-
all just antiques.
Well, yeah. And then there's some ATVs too. But anyway, and then Rat Fink it stopped about 5. They stopped the TV show at 4, and then they go through until all the bikes for the day were gone, and that lasted until about 5.
Yeah. So we've been sitting here about an hour waiting to
So
get going.
Amsoil Adams on.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
Neil said his cabin slept 6, 2 queens, and a couch that folded into a queen. So
There
wow.
you go. For
So I
$800.
guess- Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
can
check
probably
this
rent
out.
that room out. Somebody needs some rooms.
Yeah, you can get you a couple roommates
Yeah, there you go.
because they don't charge you per person because you didn't say anything about.
Yeah,
So
how
Neil,
many
they're not.
people?
Yeah.
It's not per person, right, Neil? It's $800 just for the cabin.
No wristbands.
Yeah.
And most of the small campgrounds don't have wristbands. Some of them will if they're having food and stuff like that. But probably their bar and where they have the bands and stuff, it's probably open to anybody because if you're coming there to spend money, they don't care whose money they take, the campers or anybody else's. But,
So there's somebody says you got to go to a place that actually has temperatures on the dryer. So after you get done drying your clothes, they don't fit a toddler anymore. We did that once. We went to Mexico and I bought those little
ponchos.
poncho kind of things, and they were like all cotton and everything. So I got them for the kids, washed them and dried them after they warm, and they fit their Barbies when they came out. They were literally that big.
Yeah. Don't buy that
Crazy.
junk down
No,
there.
don't buy that stuff. All right, SJS, I'll text you.
So that's some good information that Neil's passed on to you guys. So check it all out. And like I say, if you guys end up booking something, come back onto this feed and let us know in the regular comments what.
So Neil said he's not sure on the per person charge. That's all he paid last year.
Okay.
So Might be per person, don't know. So when you call and talk to Jimmy, you can ask him for sure if you've got more than one person going. Because I think Ken's also staying there. He's staying right next to Neil.
Yep.
So they'll be roommates.
Yep. So a lot of good deals going on out here. So, keep in touch, keep watching the channel. You'll get some more good information about as we get it, as we find out. We have the city probably in the next week or so. We'll be talking to the city again. We're still waiting for the Iron Horse and all that to kind of let us know what they're thinking about for bands and stuff. Some of the stuff we're putting already on our Facebook group page, so you guys can go to Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventure, and we'll show you any flyers that they put out. We try to put it up as soon as we can. Right now we got a lot of stuff on Daytona because Daytona's coming up here. We're leaving here in a couple weeks. About 2.
Less than that.
And Art's coming out next week.
Yeah.
If all goes well, he's going to ride his bike over from California, and it's supposed to show up Monday, so he'll be around for our Wednesday live. And be talking about that. Don't know what's going to be on the agenda yet, but we'll let you know soon what we'll be talking about.
Might be able to talk about some stuff about the Bullhead River Run because we'll be talking to Larry on Sunday.
Yep. So we're talking to him.
Always busy.
Yep. And he's already got his headline, or not his headliner, his entry-level band. First, I don't know, what do you call that? The band that plays first. Opening band. He's got a really good one. Really impressed at who he's got. They've been at other rallies too. Actually, I think they've been in Sturgis too. But to come to a small town of Bullhead and play, I think it's pretty neat. And we're hoping.
And if that's the opening act.
Yeah. So we're hoping that his main headliner is going to be who he told us he thinks he's getting. Which we can't say nothing because we don't want to spoil it. But he said he would let us know before he went public with it. And but
I think he might know a little bit more on Sunday. So
yeah. So hopefully he'll have the headliner set up, and that'll be pretty neat. Because it's kind of hard if he already picked this one band to be the opening one, and if he doesn't get a really big headliner, kind of makes it look bad.
The opening band might be bigger than the
It's kind of like when we went and seen Charlie Daniels and Travis Tritt. Charlie Daniels was a hell of a lot better opening band.
Daniels blew him out of the water.
Yeah, it was. And we seen him that last year before he died. And but I mean, it was a great, one of the best Charlie Daniels shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And but it was really good. And so there'll be a lot of really neat things coming up. So yeah, everything's kind of falling into place, and we'll be down there in Daytona really quick.
Yep.
So we pull out of here on the 11th of February, and probably I'm not sure what we're going to do daily. If we're just going to do a quick live, or if we'll just do an unedited, turn the camera on and off, and we'll talk as we're driving, and then we'll just post that at the end of the night. Be kind of short, not probably too awful long, hopefully. And you guys can see as we travel along the days where we're at, and that way I don't have to spend a lot of time editing. And you guys don't see a whole lot of preview stuff. And then once we get into Daytona, we'll start putting you some highlight videos up from last year to get you teased if you're coming to Daytona. But Daytona looks like it's going to be crazy. Most of the campgrounds, well, anybody that's got RV hookup looks like they're pretty much sold out. There's one out there that's on the beach someplace that if you write them, they'll tell you, but they had no phone number to call them. But a couple people have been recommending them. And I went on the website, and they won't tell you nothing. So I don't know if they're booked or not. And they quote $70 a day for full hookups, which I don't believe they're going to be doing that during
The rally.
bike week. And it gets about 15 miles or something away from Daytona. But everything else, Cackleberry and all the different campgrounds that we usually stay at around there, they're all sold out. So and that's what kind of sucks about Daytona. They just don't have a lot of campgrounds for the rallies and stuff like this.
But they got a lot of
They got the
hotels.
fast lane out there. If you got a tent, you're going to be all right. You can go out the fast lane and stay out there. You can go to Cackleberry and you can pitch your tent there. They've got over there at Crazy Horse. They may still have some boondocking, or we call it dry camping too, out there and that's right there on the corner of what's the road called?
Tamaka Farms.
Yeah, Tamaka Farms and Speedway Drive. So it's not too bad a location. And it's all grassy spots there as long as it don't rain. But it'd be better than being out there at Cackleberry when it rains, because everybody's telling us it's a mud hole.
It's a swamp if it rains.
And they also say the Crazy Horse has better facilities. They're a lot cleaner and they're a little bit better shape. So anything else going on?
Yeah, I couldn't read that last one. There it is. Oh, it's Neil. A good thing about the campground is you can park the bike and walk to the bar and walk back to the cabin. Great friendly folks, and the bands that they have always are nice too. He's got a fold-up cooler and some cups. So I guess if you don't want to go out in the evenings, you've got a place to go. There's a bar and bands, and then you can just walk back to the cabin.
No.
Don't have to worry about that.
So
Any mosquitoes at the
Big
campground?
Johnson asked about that. Last year we really, you get bugs on your motorcycle.
Flies.
we didn't
Flies
really
were
have
nuts
any
last
trouble
year.
with the gnats or the mosquitoes or any of that. Might have been because there wasn't a lot of rain
Bye,
during
Neil.
that
So if
time.
anybody's got any more questions, just call Jimmy at the campground. Neil's got to go. So I'll talk to
Yep.
you later.
And we appreciate
Not
him
this
coming
time
on
either.
here tonight and helping us out with some of the questions that we had about this. He sent us an email and said we could either post the email on Facebook or we should talk about it. And I thought it would be better just to kind of talk about it because he kind of wrote some stuff to us too in the email. So I thought it'd be better just for us to come on. You guys get the quick information and get that cabin booked because that's a pretty good deal for $800 for a cabin. You're not that far from Sturgis.
Or the Black Hills Harley
Yeah, so you're kind of like right there in between
in
the
the middle.
two.
He said,
And
what, 16 to Sturgis and 14 to,
yeah,
or vice versa. But
yeah,
you're pretty much right there in the middle.
yeah. So that's a pretty good deal. So we want to pass that on to you. And if you guys
No bugs
sign
last
that
year
up,
either, so.
go down here and let us know in the comments that you got a cabin. If you're a big group, let's say 3 or 4 or 5 people that stayed in that cabin, let us know if they charged you a person charge.
Extra.
Neil always goes by himself, so he never knows if but they never charge him for a wristband, so I don't know. So we don't know about that.
So Neil said there was no bugs last year. There were some border bugs, but they sprayed and they were all gone the next day.
Yeah. So the bugs weren't too bad. And
Neil
even the
says,
bike really wasn't that
God
bad.
night. Good
Yeah.
night.
And so we do appreciate all you guys hanging out with us tonight. It's just, we didn't want to make this a real long one tonight, but we didn't have a video made out today. It's just been, I had no idea
wristbands.
that we were going to come here for this auction. Had no idea.
This was not part of the.
Wait till you see the bikes that we
It was
seen.
pretty cool.
I got a lot of footage. And so it's like there's some foreign bikes here that I had no idea what they are. And even the guy that's from Motor Trend said the same
Dawn's
thing.
here.
There's bikes there that he never heard of. And they ship them from all over the world to this auction. And to show you some of these bikes, there's bikes that are completely restored, and there's ones that look like they drug it out of a garage, out of a barn someplace, and the tires are flat and it's completely rusted away. And one of them was sitting on a wooden pallet that looks like that's the only thing holding the bike together was the wooden pallet and the straps it had on it. But I mean, it's just great. There was even some bikes here which I didn't get to film them. They were in crates, and one of them actually had a sign. I should have filmed that it actually said, "Do not open this crate. Call the owner of this bike to
No, it
have."
said the owner will be here on Thursday to open this crate. Do not touch this bike. The owner will be here Thursday to take it out of the crate. So
It's like there's
keep your
several,
hands off.
Yeah, so there was several bikes like this that were under. They were like a wooden box, and so you couldn't really see. There was a couple bikes that came in Saran wrap. And I didn't really film a lot of that, but you might see it when I go by it with the camera. We shot a lot of footage. I probably got 3 or 4 hours, or maybe even more than that, of footage. So I don't know what I'm going to show yet. I don't know yet. If you guys end up...
JS wants to know where the raffle is in March. I don't know what raffle she's talking about.
I don't know. Unless she was talking about like what we did last year. We had a raffle and we gave away a bunch of stuff from Sturgis, but it wasn't
yeah.
in March.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah. So we do have some stuff we're going to be raffling off soon. One of them we actually got from here. It's actually, they sold a $4 million plus motorcycle collection of all Harleys. And we're trying to find out, I got to look at the book. I picked one of them up, and then I thought, I should have picked a bunch. And this is a really high-end, it's like a table book. And it's got all about the bikes and all this stuff, and I thought it'd be really neat. Well, we grabbed about, I think, 5 or 6 of them, and we're going to give those away
to you guys.
And and so we're looking to maybe pick up a couple more things here real soon to give away. I don't know if we'll do this before Daytona or if we'll do something right after Daytona so we can get a few more things from Daytona to add to the list. Because last year we tried to get some stuff from Sturgis and they didn't have nothing. They didn't have the coins or none of the stuff like they had the year before that they had like a 50% off. You buy one,
But I
you
think
get
it
two.
was because it was the 80th is where we got all those. And I think they said anything with the date on it, they gave that last day, they gave it half, you bought one, you got one for free.
Yeah.
So that's why we bought a bunch of stuff to give away to you guys. So last year we went the last day and we went to the place they had it and they're like, oh no, it's down to this other place. We walked down there and they really didn't have anything with like the 80, whatever was it last year, 81st. And it's like, well, so they didn't have that deal, so we didn't buy a lot of stuff.
So we didn't really do a whole lot. We got some posters and
okay.
stuff that we got from the Buffalo Chip and a bunch of stuff like that from the 81st that we wanted to do something with that, and those are also laying at home. They're actually in a tube, and so I got a lot of posters, and I got a big giant beer.
You got some metal ones.
Yeah, I got some metal ones too. that.
I think they're Budweiser signs. I mean, they're pretty big. They're probably 2 foot,
So I don't know how we're going to
5
give those
foot.
away because it probably costs me pretty much to ship the metal ones.
Unless we give them away at Sturgis.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
we'd have to drag them with us because I just took them out of the trailer.
So that might be
So
something.
SJS said the tickets from Ken, the raffle tickets from Ken. Ken, remember that does the motorcycle. Remember we went out there and got the tickets for him, brought them back to her. Ken.
Oh, yes. Okay. That hasn't started yet. I think his first show is in Daytona.
T-shirts, yeah.
So we won't see that until Daytona.
Yeah.
That he'll start doing the T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully he'll keep doing it because he's actually thinking about retiring.
And
He's
I
the
don't
one
know
that gives
who's
the
gonna-
bikes away. They raffle it all off, and the money goes to
Homeless.
soldiers, military people, homeless, and also homeless moms.
Yeah.
And so it's a real great cause. All the money stays in Florida though, so not that's okay.
Ken's not here.
But
Not that Ken.
yeah.
It's a Ken that does the trailer.
Kenny.
It's got the,
Kenny.
it's Kenny. He's got the glass trailers that have the bikes in them, and he sells the raffle tickets. And it's for that cause. It's for homeless vets and moms and kids without vets, I guess maybe.
Without dads.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of neat. So we got a lot of great stuff that's going to be happening in Florida over the next month, 2 months. There's a bunch of shows going on. We're hoping to talk to OCC Choppers, the old man. The dealership had told us we could probably do that. So we're hoping that falls into place. Just like talking today. I didn't realize this guy till after we got done talking to him. He's the guy that does all the talking on the Motor Trend class, on the Motor Trend network.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people took pictures of him. And I'm like, I don't know, who the heck is this guy? We had his name, of course, and thought it was kind of neat that we called corporate, and corporate called him and told him to call us, and he called us, and it was pretty neat. And he was very impressed with us, which was really nice that he liked us, and will probably be a subscriber soon. He might be watching this later. He probably not now. He just left here a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He had a long
He said
day.
he had another
Appointment,
meeting.
yeah,
to go
another
to.
meeting to go
He
to.
might be going to that industry thing that we
could
got
be.
invited to.
Yeah, we
but
got an industry thing to go to. I don't know if we'll make it or not. Unless we just stop in and say hi and bye, because we're staying with some friends here.
we'll probably walk in and they're going to be like, "Who are these people?"
Got invited. We are the Bob and Tam Show. So any more comments? How long have we been on?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, she said that the drawing is in March. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that because I know the one that they drew one and it was at Oceanside. That was in October.
We
I
could
think.
check and see when it
I
is,
can
but
call
normally
Kenny.
he does the drawing at an event. Like he gave the one bike away last year at Ocean City.
Ocean City.
Yeah, Ocean City. He gave a bike away there that was during the Kid Rock concert. So one of them was given away there. We can check and see
And
when.
that's the one we filmed that the guy picked it up in Tampa.
Yeah.
So if you saw that video,
Yep. And he donated all the money to that to
another
charity
organization. He
And,
sold it to the dealership and then gave that money to another organization.
which is kind of nice too.
Nice guy.
And so that's really good. So they doubled the charity auction on that. So that was kind of neat. There's a lot of really good things out here people get money for, and that's why we wanted to do Kenny, because he's at all these rallies and everybody sees him, and we wanted to actually show you, hey, here's what he does do with this. And Kenny does this for free. He gets nothing for doing this. It's his time, and he works really hard. He's the guy with the glass trailer, and he's at every rally and travels all over the United States.
I think he says like 78% goes toward the homeless, and the only thing that
They have to buy the
money-
bike. They have to buy the
they
bike.
have to buy the bike and print up the raffle tickets and the T-shirts. That's the only thing they take out of the proceeds. All the rest of the money all goes to the vets.
And they get a really good deal on the motorcycle. So they do buy brand new motorcycles. And
Art's doing good. He's coming out to visit us. Dawn wanted to know.
yep. So you'll
Dawn,
be
you
able
can come out and visit us. You can meet Art.
That's right. So he'll be out here. Supposed to be showing up on Monday.
The first.
Yep. So I probably won't have him in. He won't be in the Monday video. I don't even know what I'm going to put up for Monday yet. And then he'll probably be on the live on Wednesday. And we'll shoot that, and Art will be in probably that and talk about that. And hopefully by then he can meet Larry, that's doing the Bullhead
River Run.
River Run. And that's pretty much going as scheduled. If anybody's coming out for that, that's pretty neat. And that's in April. That's the last weekend in April. Same time that Panama City Beach has Thunder Beach. Is that what it's called? Thunder Beach Rally? And get them all messed up. They all got these weird names. Let's just call it the Panama City Beach Rally. Be really great. Daytona Bike Week. It's, people get crazy with that too. When you call Sturgis Bike Week, and they're like, "No, it's not. It's a rally." Who cares what it
And
is?
you call Daytona Rally, and they say, no, it's Bike Week.
Who
So
cares? It's not a week anyway. It's more than a week.
anyway,
Yeah. So whatever. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's a motorcycle event. And somebody had something the other day. Actually, a lady down here that we talked to, we met up with somebody that has an antique motorcycle club here in Las Vegas.
yeah.
When we come back, we're going to get to film them guys and get to talk to all those guys that own these great bikes. And it'll be like that one in Lakeland that we did,
Right.
but it will have it'll be a different person on every one of the bikes. And they have there's no requirement. You don't have to own a Harley. It could be a Honda.
They invited us on their ride in June, and they're
Oh,
going up
dear.
like through, I know, but they're going up through Utah to all the big national state parks.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool, but they have to do it in June because otherwise it gets too hot down here after that.
So it's pretty neat. So
they might do something in the
we,
fall. we
Actually,
can
they're
do
going to be
with
on the
it.
video that's going to be coming out on the auction here because they were actually here, and because a lot of people with antique motorcycles are here. So a good place to pick up some new.
You better
new
look for
members.
that ticket, Har
And,
$27.99.
Well, if you had a ticket for that, if he didn't call you, you didn't win. I don't think you
Well,
really
it's in
have
March.
to. I don't think you really have to have the ticket. You just have to. You might have to. I don't know. Because you got your name on there and your phone number. Because like us, well, I guess I got the tickets because they're laying with taxes. You take that off your taxes. It's a non-for-profit business.
Yep,
You know, $5 here, $10 there, it all adds up.
yep.
Might get you back $3. You know, 50 cents, something.
Pay 20, get back 5.
Yeah. Just goes money to a good cause.
That's right.
Versus
It
going
helps
out
the
there and
vets.
buying a couple Starbucks and you got nothing out of it.
Just a couple more pounds.
Yeah. So
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you're on. And the information, I will post it again after this goes off about the campground where you can get a cabin for $800 right outside of Sturgis. So,
if you go back to the very beginning of this, before we get off, you can see the name of the campground. You can also see the phone number she posted and who you asked for, and all that's there. And we'll repost it again after the video ends, and we can put comments on it.
Right.
It takes a few minutes for YouTube to process this stuff. Make sure we weren't doing anything bad. So,
didn't say nothing about Tuesday. And
oh yeah. Well, she bought a whole bunch of new clothes today. I bought a whole bunch of new clothes for her. So we're going to be doing some. If you've noticed our thumbnails now, I've been kind of going back and getting some better pics of us, of her really, not me. But we're going to do some more of those because I like to have my thumbnails already done to where, like this one today, I think I already used it last week, but I didn't have anything. So we want to be able to have that. So when we're traveling, what happens is it's tough for me to get the computer back out. And I got to make a thumbnail and do all that crap. It's a pain in the butt. So we want to make a bunch of ones with her with better tops on and try to attract a little more attention. And so we bought some new shirts today.
I'll be taking some pictures
She bought
of some
new panties too,
bartenders.
but I don't think she'll show those.
No.
I picked those out. Turn red. She don't really blush. Been together too long. Nothing surprising. Either way. So.
Anyway,
So we're gonna go ahead and leave you guys right here, unless you had any more questions. Is there
Nope,
look at
Bob,
your last list?
Bob just said he could use a newer motorcycle. His was 21 years old, but it got him to Sturgis and back. He
There you
can't
go.
wait for riding weather. So where do you live at, Bob?
And we should do that. We should go. Maybe we'll do a video on that and have all you guys come on one day. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday. You guys can all say where you come from and what kind of bike you have, and that'd be really interesting because it's the same thing. Like the guy asked us today. He says, "Is it all Harley riders that are in your that look at your channel?" I said, "Well, probably most of them. I would say is Harley because it is. If you go to an event, most events." Unless you're going to a Honda rally, you're going to find more Harley motorcycles than you're going to see anything else. But I mean, we have a lot of Indian bikes. We have a lot of, we see Hondas, we see Kawasaki, we see everything. Because people always say that, what would I get yelled at? Dude, you could actually, if you got well, it's like we went to the 3-wheel rally on a 2-wheel bike. You know, they'll take most of these groups, even the
doesn't
Honda.
matter.
We talked to the Honda people before because they wanted us to come to an event, somebody that was in their group that watches our channel. And so we contacted them, but it ended up being the event wasn't where we couldn't get there in time. But we would have rolled with them. I had a Honda before. That's what I started with. I had a Gold Wing and all that.
It
So,
doesn't matter. As
yeah.
long as you're on 2-3 wheels and you got the wind
And
in your
nobody
face.
really, if there's some clowns out there giving you a hassle because you're riding whatever you're riding.
Something different from what they're
You know,
riding. They've got the problem, not you.
Which it is, and it's which it is. You know, and that's the way it is. And I don't know. So, which it is. It's just crazy how some people have to make comments about stuff, and some people just like to stir the pot. It's like these trolls that come on YouTube and stuff and make comments. Like somebody the other day said, which I looked all for this guy, and he's never made a comment on our channel. That he said, I never reply to his comments. Well, I looked on Facebook and I also looked on here, and he never did.
There was a Vespa.
There was a bunch of them here that they sold.
Well, there was, but there was a pink one, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cute. And I looked at it, and I was like, it was an older
From a
one.
distance, it looked nice.
Well, and it was pretty banged up.
Looked like they they dropped it off a truck.
So then I saw him, and then I saw it on the auction block, and I'm like, wow. I said, you should see that thing in person. It does
I said I did. I
not
went
look.
by it and looked at it. I filmed it.
It's $6,500 it went for, and you don't even know if it ran.
Somebody's on dope. Somebody's smoking too much. I got
It's
some
just-
waterfront or some oceanfront property in Arizona that you can pick it up for $1 million. You'd be right on the ocean.
So
You actually get both coasts.
Motor Jess is on it. That's who we saw in Rocky Point.
Yeah.
So he's on there. He said he's starting late, got to see the beginning info, planning on going to Sturgis. So if you want a cabin,
Get in. Because it's not that big of a place. Neil's already gone. It's not that big of a campground. So I don't know how many cabins they've even got to start with. We've seen the place. A bunch of those are right there along the highway. There's another one right along there too. I can't think what the other one's called. It's the one it sounds like it's a dike or something.
Bulldog.
Yeah, Bulldog.
That's
Bulldog campground. It's like a dike, like a water dike,
Could have been a pit bull.
That's a joke with our grandson.
Anyway.
Nothing. So Bulldog campground. That's along there too. I think Bulldog's before that.
Yeah, because
And,
it's right on the other side. It's
and that's a
right
smaller-
across the street from
Yeah,
Kickstands.
that's a smaller campground too. But never been there. Don't know nothing about it. There's a whole bunch of them there.
Bob's in Minnesota, and he said his first bike was an '83 Honda Shadow 750. We had a 750 too.
We had a 750 Honda. Mine was 84. Did you say? 81.
It's 83. Ours was 81, I think. 750. So JC says we're the best, and they sell for top dollar. They do. I mean, I think people here have a lot of money, and they don't have anything better to do with it, and they see something they like, and they
Especially
say,
some of these
I don't know.
older bikes that are
Right,
like
Billy
we've seen
says.
this BMW, which I might have said it yesterday. This BMW was like an 83 model, and it looked like it's been to hell and back. You know, its fiberglass was all cracked on it, and
the headlight, the circle was there, but there was nothing inside but a bunch of wires hanging.
and it looked like a piece of junk. And there's no way they do not start any of these bikes up.
But you have no idea if they run.
Yeah. So this thing went for $6,500. So I didn't know if they could hear him run or not. So I went over to, there's a guy at the end of the track, after you slide him off, that he's the guy that you can go talk to, and they have a way to get a hold of the person. Like if it was no reserve and you didn't had a reserve and you didn't get to that, you could go there and then they would tell you, maybe the guy would change his mind or whatever. Or maybe you might want to offer a little more to get it. And he does that. So I asked him, I said, is it like the car auction where you can go outside and they start them up and they drive them in and stuff like that? You know, are they running them outside? Because I'm assuming here they don't allow them to run inside the casino. So I'm like, okay, I understand that. And he's like, no. So I said, if that guy bought that beat up old BMW bike for
Maybe he wanted it for
$6,500,
parts. Maybe it's a
yeah,
rare
you
breed.
you don't even know what parts are good or not. And then this thing ends up being, let's say it doesn't run. Let's say the motor's seized up. Or let's say, who knows what happened to it.
And you sure
Well,
didn't
what
want
does
the
this thing
fenders or the
work?
headlight off of it.
Yeah, there really probably wasn't enough parts, unless there was something unique on that model that everybody's looking for. Well, then I could see the story. But I mean, this thing, if it didn't run and it's a piece of junk and the motor's shot on it, is it even worth $3,000? Is it worth? I wouldn't give him $10 for it. It'd be more aggravation. They put it in the back of my truck.
And get it
Some of these
home.
guys, I had one film that they had 3 bikes inside the bed of the pickup truck and one on the back of it. They had a lift in the back and they had a bike across the back. I filmed that. And that was pretty neat. I got those guys. I happened to walk out the back door, and we're going to show you the trucking company that they use here, because everybody's always asking about a trucking company that hauls motorcycles. Well, this is the one they use here all the time. They've used them for years. So we're going to let you see that in the video. And the guy that we talked to never said their name, but you'll see it on the sign. You'll see it on the side of the truck. They're one of the big ones that you see a lot. But I mean, it's...
Don't ask Diane and Mitch about them, though.
Yeah, because some people have had trouble with. Well, see, what's all happens with that stuff is if you're going to have your bike transported out here, you want to really get the truck route that they're going, because what happens with some of these trucks? Let's say they're picking stuff up in New York. They might be going to LA and picking some more bikes up, but they're not going to pick them up for 2 weeks. So the truck sits in LA for 2 weeks waiting, or a week, because it takes a week to get there. Sit there for a week waiting for the bike to get on the truck. Well, then the next stop is down in Texas, San Antonio. They got to pick another bike up there. So now they got to sit there a day or two waiting for that guy to show up. So then by the time it gets, so when they tell you it's coming to Sturgis, they'll say, oh, well, here's a 3-day window we'll give you. It might show up this day or it might show up that day. Well, like I say,
Neil's back on for a couple minutes if anybody has any more questions about those cabins.
Yep. So he's on there if you want to ask a couple questions. Neil is still live. He's actually the one that actually stays here. Been there a couple years now, and he also is the one that gave us all this information about how low cost they were. I don't know if anybody's got cabins for $800. Maybe out in,
Not with all that stuff in it, because even the ones at Buffalo Chip had a blow-up mattress on a piece of plywood, and that's it.
which is kind of sad.
No,
I mean, most
no
of the time,
chairs.
what it is,
No.
we never used the refrigerator when we were there. We never used the coffee pot. We might have used a microwave to warm something up, but I doubt it. So really, we didn't use any of the stuff in there. When we go to a rally, we're there to ride and go have fun. We're not interested in cooking in my cabin or
I'm
we
not
don't drink
interested in
coffee.
cooking ever.
We don't drink coffee either. So it's
No.
not like we're going to be sucking down coffee and stuff in the morning. But I mean, do you want to go to all that trouble of going to get some coffee pot? Because it's a coffee pot. It doesn't have any filters, doesn't have any coffee. So you got to go to the store, you got to buy all that crap, then come back. You can go to one of these places like here, you go down to American Legion, pay your $8 or $12 for breakfast and drink all the freaking coffee you want, and then stroll on back to and get on your bike or go to the bathroom or whatever you got to do before you head out, and you're done. And go down to McDonald's. Some people like McDonald's.
GRN says he rides a Harley Piglet. It actually is a 49cc Yamaha Zuma or a CW50.
There's a bunch of little bikes here this week. It's a lot of 50s,
Yeah.
a lot of the little 90s and the 70s and the 50s
mini
that Honda
bikes.
had. I always wanted one of those. I never had one. I had a mini bike, but I never got. Mom and Dad wouldn't buy me a Honda like that.
Well, they had some Cushmans. They had some really weird looking this Yamaha thing. I put some pictures on Patreon and on Instagram. But it looked like a square box on, I don't know.
Yeah, one was
It was a weird.
It was
it
next to all
Yamaha.
the
Space
sidecars.
motorcycle, yeah.
And
I
I
don't know
kind of
what it
just
was.
skimmed over because it did. It looked like it was like an ice cream truck or
I
something.
don't
But
know what
it
it
was.
was.
But
Very
yeah.
square. I never seen a square
So
motorcycle
you got a
before.
couple more comments and
Yeah, Neil said the Legion is about a half a mile towards Sturgis on the frontage road.
yeah, which we've been there.
So the
Yeah.
cabins are right in between Sturgis and Rapid City.
But the Harley dealer.
Yeah, by the Harley dealer. So it's like 16 miles, I think he said, to the Harley dealer, and
No,
14
I think it's the other way around. 16 from
Sturgis, 14 to
doesn't
the
matter.
Harley
A
dealer.
couple of miles either way ain't gonna make any difference.
15
So-
miles.
So you're kind of like in the middle of the two places. So it's kind of nice because if you want to do your riding out, if you're going to do Needles and you're going to do Custer State Park and all that, you're 16 more miles closer to that. That's really where the really good riding is at. That's to me is the best riding is out there. And to go through Custers and stuff and see the bison, it's kind of neat. I like to see that. I like to see animals that are running wild. Versus seeing them in a zoo or something. And so that's kind of neat to go out there and see that. And then, then you're not that far from going into Sturgis if you want to hang out in Sturgis. And the bus probably, does the bus stop around there? Is that one of the stops they have there at the campground? I don't know. But they might be.
So Guns and Rides, it's called, if you look up it in the comments, and I'm going to post it in the comments after the live is done again. You ask for Jimmy, and the name of the park is SACORA, Sakura Campground.
Yep, exit 46.
Yeah.
Neil, do they have a website? Or is it just a phone number?
Neil says if you call, you'll probably have to leave a message, and then I guess Jimmy will call you back.
Yeah. He's probably home by now. Late for them.
Yeah.
Getting late for us. We haven't had dinner yet.
No.
Our second meal.
So
yet.
Neil said he was only going to be on for a few minutes, so
Yeah.
he might have already gotten off again.
Okay,
So
which is
anyway.
fine.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead. What do we got on there? Still 68. Not bad for a Friday night. And so we're going to go ahead and leave you guys right here. Like tomorrow's for the live. That one go longer if you guys want to go longer. Got more things to talk about. We're going to be at the dealership there, Red Rock Harley Davidson in Las Vegas. It's a really neat dealership. It's
Real
really big. That's actually where the dyno guy we're going to be talking to soon. They say he's the best on the West Coast. So we'd like to get him on camera, and now the GM said he will talk to us, but he wants to have a bike. So it might be me and Art might come out next week and talk to him about the dynos and all that kind of stuff, and it'd be pretty neat and see what they do about. I think he does a lot of racing bikes around here, is what he dynos a lot of them. So it'd be kind of neat to talk to him, get his little history about what he does, especially being a Harley Davidson mechanic, dealership mechanic. He's been there a long time too, working. So it's kind of neat, and they have a lot of charts on the wall showing how much performance they've done on a bunch of bikes and stuff like that. And so it's kind of neat. He's going to try to see if we can get a day that he'll be doing a bike that we can see it before and see it after it's over, and he can tell us
Maybe a
kind
little
of
bit
like what
boring.
they do at Speeds when they talk about that. But a little different for having a stationary dyno in a dealership than. But it's hard to find. Like we had somebody before we did Speeds that kind of screwed my bike up and didn't know what the hell they were doing. One of these yin yangs that were at a rally. Once again, why we tell you the best
Who to go
vendors to
to.
go to, because we've been screwed too. Not just Art was. Art lost a lot more money than I did. Well, they almost blew my motorcycle up, but luckily I had a warranty. They covered it.
Anyway, are we done?
Yes, we're done.
Oh, there's Robert Aguilera. Roberto.
You see, Adam Sandoval is trying to buy a new campground. I seen it. Looks like he's
Oh.
getting more involved with Facebook now than YouTube.
Yep.
And he's selling these T-shirts, his master
His
collection.
collection.
Yeah,
Because
he's trying
I
to
guess
raise
he got
money.
one from every Harley Davidson dealership
Yeah.
he went to.
So he's going to auction those off. I don't know if
So,
you've seen that on Facebook or not. I just happened to killing time. We were looking through Facebook, and he's posted a few videos on there. And he's kind of one of the guys that kind of got us started doing motorcycle rallies.
Yep.
And he's been doing it a long time. And,
Watched him, and he does a lot for vets too,
Yeah.
so it's great.
Yep. So,
Okay, he says he's gone. Neil's got to go.
Yep. Bye, Neil. We'll talk to you probably tomorrow if you're around.
Yep.
He's been doing a lot of stuff with the wildlife up there. I don't know. He's doing permits. I don't remember what he's doing. He's doing something up there in Alaska.
So after this is all over, I'll go ahead and post all the information again so you guys can see it in the
So give it a
comments.
few minutes because, like I say, sometimes it takes 5 to 15 minutes for YouTube to regenerate this and let you go on it. So give her a few minutes to do it, and then I'll pin it, and it'll be right on the top of the comments. No matter when anybody comments, it'll be right there on the top. So you guys can check it all out. And when it sells out, let us know. And if you get a spot, let us know. And if you decide to call them about checking about the RV prices and stuff, we don't know anything about that, RV or tent, let us know what that is. If you check that out while you're there, call them and let them know. And because a lot of times we call the places and we just get the voicemail, and a lot of times these guys don't call us back. Now, I don't remember if we ever called them or not, but we just want to let you know that if you got him on the phone, get as much information you can and put it down here in the comments so other people that
So
are
we
checking
can
this
share the
out.
information because all we're here to do is give you guys good information, what you need to know.
And this came from one of our subscribers, Neil. So that's how we get good information too. Besides contacting those people, is people that actually have been to these campgrounds that like them for a particular reason.
You guys tell us, and we tell all you
We're
guys.
trying to get a hold of Tony. I don't know if we're going to be able to meet up with Tony. He's the expert on Glencoe, and maybe we'll get a live with him. But I don't know. He's way out in
Courtside
out
He
there.
might meet us
out in the
halfway
desert.
somewhere.
So I don't
thought
know.
we could meet him in Parker, but Art's coming too. So
Yeah.
we got lots to do, and we're leaving in like 10 days. 12.
Less than 2 weeks.
Yes. So
Well, actually, are we leaving on a Friday or a Saturday?
I don't know. Whatever the 11th is, that's the day I picked. The 11th is a Friday.
Yeah. So
So
Friday
yeah,
morning.
2 weeks from today.
Yep, we'll be
We'll be-
on the road again. Oh, you got time tomorrow. If you want to go online, they're selling the Buffalo Chip motorcycle down here. I think it's a 2022 Road King. It's been all decked out. Actually, the guy that customized it,
Zach.
the Buffalo Chip actually put a thing up today, but it came out. I'm signed up with their thing, so they send me stuff like anybody that signs up for it.
I'll put
And-
pictures on Facebook on it.
and it was pretty neat. I've done some pictures on it too, and but it's a pretty neat little bike. And the guy actually is in South Dakota, and the town that this builder's in is T-E-A, like tea you drink, South Dakota. I don't know where that's at. We're gonna have to look for it and see if we can talk to this guy. He sounds like he's a really neat bike builder, and maybe we can get him on our channel while we're in Sturgis or before the rally, and talk to him and give you guys some more good information about bike builders.
Yep.
I'll learn more about that.
Chris or Rod, one of them, will give us his information.
Yep. So go ahead and end up the show.
So thanks for coming along today. Hope you got some good information. And if you don't have a place to stay in Sturgis, that we gave you a place to go if you're looking for a cabin. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
Neil's working for the Fish and Game up there in Alaska. I think he said he had 228 proposals they have to agree on.
Wow.
So, hey, that's crazy. Hey, Rat, they got media passes. Who's got media passes? Oh, we got media passes. I don't know if you're talking about us or not. Yep, that's how we got in. We were asked to come. Holy smokes, and they really
Oh,
were,
you got to say your thing.
and they were really, really happy with us and very impressed with us, which is shocking. And which is nice because it's like us. We had no idea.
Go-getters.
We had no idea what to expect when you come here and what you can do and what you can't. Well, once you start getting a rapport with the people, just like we do in Sturgis and some of the other events we do, that the people get a lot more relaxed with us and give us more information, let us do things that they don't let anybody else do, which is great for us because that's good content that you guys can get.
Yep, that's who we talked to. John came in.
Because he's on the TV show, that's why.
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
how the hell do you know that guy?
The
Because
professor. Is that what they call him? The professor?
a bunch of people took pictures with him because we're like, I don't know. It's like us, I guess. If somebody would have ran up here, which nobody did. The whole time we were here, nobody noticed us. We got our shirts on.
Well, Terry.
Oh, well, we have people that were here that he already
told us about
contacted.
it. He's the one that actually told us about the show.
And then, well, she called too the next day.
Yeah. Oh. But I mean, I don't think we knew about it before
No,
Sherry
I
said
don't know.
something.
I don't know how we knew about it. It all came around the same day. No, I think we did. Artie had said, no, we were coming out here for the dealership.
Right.
So it all kind of fell in. I don't know if she called it first or he
Oh,
told
you
us
mean
first.
Marilyn?
Yeah.
Marilyn,
Who
yeah.
told us first? I don't know.
It was, yeah.
Because she ended up saying,
same
I'm going to
day.
be in Las Vegas. I said, well, tell her we're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's a car guy. John is a car guy and a motorcycle guy.
He'll tell
I
you
think
on
he
the.
said he had.
He'll tell us on our video how many cars he owns and how many motorcycles he owns. So it's pretty neat. He was a very neat guy, and he was very impressed with us, and he liked us, and so he'll be watching some of our videos.
Sounds shocked.
Well, we're not. We're just different than a lot of people, and it's like I'd really love to take our videos to the next level, but when we're doing these videos like this daily and stuff, I don't really have the time to really spend a lot of time editing this stuff. And we've bought a new gimbal now, so we're doing that. We got another thing, we're going to be working some lives where we can shoot instead of hitting the button like we do, like here I'll hit the button, you can see the stairs going down. Where the heck is it at? Oh, there it is. You hit the little button. Say, oh, everybody's gone. Where'd they go? So instead of doing that, because when I go back and watch the video, it's kind of junky, shaky like.
Jerky.
So yeah, jerky. So turkey.
We're hungry and tired.
Yes.
Can you tell?
Yes. And tomorrow we gotta go to the dealership. We don't have to be there quite so early tomorrow, and because we're going live tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific time. So back that up. So so if you figure it's 11 there, 12, 1, 2. It'd be 2 in the afternoon tomorrow for the East Coast. And the rest of you are in between, except for Neil, and he's in Alaska, and he'll be 10 o'clock in the morning.
And we'd be buzzing is in Hawaii, and we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, so they're missing our lives. They might be busy doing something, buzzing around in Hawaii. Let's go over there someday and see them. So we're going to go ahead and leave you right here. Oh, yeah, we want to thank all of the Pating Nation. Oh, I forgot. I want to thank all the Pating
Nation.
Here we go. For hanging out all the way to the bitter end, because there are true ones that drive us and keep us going, and we appreciate everybody. If you're not a subscriber to our channel, subscribe to us. It's we need to grow, and
spread the word.
Yeah. And we put a lot of stuff on Facebook, and you guys can do that too. You're happy to share any of our videos out there. You got to do is hit share, and you copy the link, and you can paste it anywhere you want. Any of our videos.
You can send it out in email, so you can put it on your Facebook page.
Yeah, there's no charge for that.
And if we see you at a rally, we can give you some cards. We were down in Galveston, and there was 2 couples that were like, give me cards, and they were going out passing all of our cards.
We gave out, well, we've done that a couple places now. We've given out boxes of cards to people because they're like, oh, I gave all the cards away. Give us some more.
Yeah, they'd find us and like, we need more cards.
So this year we're going to try to do that. We got brand new cards coming. And I ordered some Pating stickers. I think we're going to have about 100 of them if the last batch comes before we leave.
Nicole gets the first one.
So we'll see how it all goes if we get all those in and in time before we leave. Because it's not really justifiable for them to send me the box. Once it gets home, send it to wherever we're at. So I don't.
And the patches.
They're coming on a slow boat. This place screwed me on the patches. They're in Pasadena, California. But where are the patches made at? Yin Yang Wang Yin Yang, China.
Because it said it was going to take 3 weeks to get here, and I said, geez, what are they walking over here from California?
They don't tell you that till after you order it. Well, that's what I said, I thought you people were in Pasadena. Well, that's our American office. I would have never ordered them if I would have known that, because it ended up being, I'm paying almost $2 a patch for these stupid things. I guess $1 a patch. And I could have probably not paid that much more and had somebody locally do them probably. But I thought, hey, we got a good deal. They can get them here really fast. Just like my stickers, they're all printed here. My business cards are gonna be here tomorrow. So they come in really fast. So we'll have those, and I just ordered them like 3 days ago. And the other, we're getting a circle.
But that's the company we've been dealing with.
Yeah, we know who
for
they
a while.
are. This is ones I went off of the Facebook where they put those things up and say, hey, you want patches, or we can do them cheap.
That's why he tells me anything I click on Facebook. You need to look up and make sure that
I
they're a
Googled
real
the place,
company.
and people had good responses on them, but had no idea that
so
it
they
was
said
China.
The last day that we could possibly get them is February 12th, and we're leaving the 11th.
Yeah. So there's no way of knowing until FedEx gets it. So I don't know.
We'll get you an SJS. She wants a sticker.
Yeah. So the stickers we should have.
Rat
I should have at
those
least.
bastards.
I should have at least the 50 of the Pating stickers for sure before we left, because I ordered those the other day, and then I ordered some more today. So another 50 because they got these deals where you get 50 stickers for like $29.95 or $29. That sounds like a lot, but if you're gonna give stickers away, you gotta do something. So we don't sell ours; we give them away. But you can go on our link down here and you can buy stickers.
Yeah, I think they're $2.99. Anyway,
But that's shipping to your house. I don't think they charge you for shipping. But maybe they do. I don't know.
Right.
So with that, we're going to leave you right here, and because we're going to see you tomorrow, and we'll have a whole bunch of great new stuff to talk about and show you Red Rock Harley Davidson. It's a pretty neat place. It's big, 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 big.
don't forget, if you're on, give us a thumbs up before you leave.
And we'll leave it at that. And then in a few minutes, Tam will put all the information down here about the campground, the phone number, who to talk to, who sent you, and I guess that's it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. So make sure you're there. Did I put a? Yeah, I think I already put a link up for that, didn't I? I think so.
We'll look and see.
I will see you. I will sew your patch on my leather.
Okay.
Are you sure? I want a sticker. So okay, that's it. We'll see you guys later. We're gonna go to dinner. We're going to dinner. Bye.